more of my music box sets. Hi everybody, and welcome to the next part of my music box set collection viewing type thing. Moving on to the next shelf, but before I start that, I'm going to show you these three, which are in my to listen to pile. This one I'm halfway through at the moment. This is a box set. It's called Full Britannia Scandal Stop the World I Want to Get Off TW3. Catchy title. This is based around the satire boom of the 60s, particularly the Profumo affair. So CD1, which I've listened to, has got the complete recording of Full Britannia, which was a one-off comedy satire about Profumo affair, starring Anthony Newley, Leslie Briscoe, who also devised it, plus Peter Sellers and Joan Collins. And then the rest of it is selections from the soundtrack to the film Scandal, which is one of my favourite films. And then disc 2 has got Mandy Rice Davis's Introducing Mandy EP. Mandy Rice Davis, as I'm sure you're aware, was involved in the Profumo affair. Miss X, which was by Joyce Blair, who is the sister of Lionel Blair, I believe, which is a controversial song about the Profumo affair. Then it's got the original London cast recording of Stop the World I Want to Get Off, Tony Newley's musical, I think, plus selections from That Was a Week That Was, TW3, the TV show, and bits from The Establishment Club by Eleanor Bron and John Fortune. So yeah, so I've listened to the first one, haven't listened to the second one yet. This one's still in my shrink. This is Consider Yourself the Highs of Lionel Bart. So it's got 2 recordings of Oliver, original cast recording of Lock Up Your Daughters, selections from a third version of Oliver, London cast recording of Things Ain't What They Used to Be, his album For Bart's Sake, the original cast recording of Blitz, 2 Tommy Steele albums, The Duke Wore Jeans, Tommy the Toreador, and various other tracks that Lionel wrote as well, by people like Cliff Richard and Alma Cogan and John Barry. And then this is the David Bowie Glastonbury 2000 release that came out last year. So it's the full Glastonbury performance from 2000 on 2 CDs and on DVD. Okay, as I've mentioned on the previous videos, anything you want me to show in more detail and do a proper unboxing of, let me know in the comments. Otherwise I'm just going to quickly go over them. This is the Instant Monty Python CD collection. So this is all their records, another Monty Python record, Monty Python's previous record, Matching Tie and Handkerchief, Live at Drury Lane, Holy Grail, Contractual Obligation, Life of Brian and Meaning of Life. It doesn't include the first Monty Python's Flying Circus album that was recorded for the BBC, or Monty Python Sings. This I really liked at the time and I was happy to get it. It's got a nice little booklet in it. Each album, or each rather CD, features 2 albums. So this has got, CD1 for example, has got another Monty Python record and Monty Python's previous record part 1. And then you have to go to CD2 for part 2 of that, and then all of Matching Tie and Handkerchief. So basically it's like an album and a half on each CD. And the other, which is a bit annoying, and the other annoying thing is that they're not properly tracked. So each side of the album is a track, basically. But it was good at the time. It has since been surpassed. Sorry, just had an email come through. Just since been surpassed by Monty Python's Total Rubbish, the complete collection, which came out same time as, well, just after the O2 shows. It was around that period. So this has got, each album has its own CD, and each CD is properly tracked. And this does include the Monty Python's Flying Circus album. It doesn't include Monty Python Sings, which came out at the same time. oh, excuse me, in an expanded edition, which was great, and I've got it, and I've already shown that. But it did also include Monty Python's Flying Circus. So if you bought both, you've got 2 copies of that. And then it comes with a nice booklet full of pictures and the making of all the albums and what have you. And tucked in the front of that is a 7-inch of what was originally a floppy disk that came with, I think it was the NME or Melody Maker, one of those. Monty Python's tiny black round thing, which has got, it's basically the election night sketch, it running into Lumberjack Song over 2 sides, plus a little introductory bit by Michael Palin. It's from Drury Lane, but it's a different recording than is on the Live at Drury Lane CD stroke album. So that's a nice package, as Rebecca said. And then we've got, I'll show you this next, because I keep wanting to put things on top of it. Let's give it a quick rub down. This was the first big, mega expensive box set I ever got. This was a birthday present, I think. This is Freddie Mercury, the solo collection. And it comes in a nice, another email, unpopular, nice book. Oh, let's start in the front, half the CDs, and the rest are in the back. And the book is obviously full of pictures. Oh, how am I going to do this? Let's do it that way. So, nice pictures, what have you. It's also got about each album, what's on the discs. So disc 1 is Mr. Bad Guy. Disc 2 is Barcelona. Disc 3 is The Great Pretender, which is non-album singles and remixes. Then disc 4 is the singles 73 to 85, which is the singles from 1973 to 85, obviously. Different versions of the tracks. And then we got singles 86 to 93 on disc 5, which obviously is more of the singles. I'm trying to remember what's the difference between that and the Great Pretender one. Let me have a... so the Great Pretender is sort of the greatest hits that he released around his death. And most of them are new remixes that aren't on the normal singles. That was it. So we only got the 2 CDs with the compilations of the singles and lots of details about them in the book. Then we got an album of instrumentals. Then we got the Rarities 1, which are all demos, mixes, what have you, from the Mr. Bad Guy sessions. Then Rarities 2, which is the same for the Barcelona sessions. And Rarities 3, which is other sessions, including a couple of recordings of his early bands, Ibex and Wreckage. Guest appearances on other people's tracks. And then other rarities. Then a CD of interviews with David Wigg. And then the video collection, which is all his solo videos. And that's on DVD, obviously. Then Freddie Mercury, The Untold Story DVD, which is a documentary. I think that's all the contents. So yeah, then you got in the book is all about his life and loads of pictures. Then you got the full lyrics in the back. And then there's a handy guide at the back. All the tracks, what's on what CD, all the different versions. So, for example, this one has not got too many. The track. So, for Great Pretender, it tells you that the Brian Moulaf remix is disc 3, track 1. The original 1987 single version is disc 5, track 5. The original 1987 extended version is disc 5, track 6. Also tells you running time as well. The instrumental version is disc 6, track 13. And the demo version is disc 9, track 10. You know, so if you're after a particular version of a track, it's a nice, easy way of finding it. So yeah, that was a nice box set. I'm surprised I haven't reissued that. There was talk at the time of doing similar for Queen, but unfortunately it never happened. But that would have been really nice. This is, I thought this was going to be one video, but it's going to be two for this shelf. This is a Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is a 4-disc set, similar format to lots of others. Falling apart a bit, I've had this a long time. Disc 1 is the original Rocky Horror Show cast recording from '73. That's the stage version, in case you're not familiar. Disc 2 is a Rocky Horror Picture Show, the film version soundtrack. And at the end of that, it's got some remixes. Disc 3 is Rocky Horror International. So this is recordings from around the world, so lots of them are in foreign languages, but from different cast albums all around the world. And the Disc 4 is Songs from Revolt. So it's got some tracks from Shock Treatment, the sequel. It's got trailers and radio commercials. It's got tracks by Tim Curry and Little Nell. And that's about it. Oh, and the Laker Band doing the Time Warp, which is interesting. But yeah, it's a nice package. And I'm going to call it a day on this one. So you can watch previous parts on by following the playlist. Any you want to see in more detail, let me know. I went into a bit more detail on the Freddie Mercury one than I probably intended. But just comment below and I will do proper unboxings. Like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.